Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Cavalier Astoria, and today we will be talking about this gun right here. The famous Colt Single Action Army. Now, the Single Action Army was actually developed in 1872 by two guys by the name of William Mason and Charles B. Richards of the Colt Company. Now, this was originally designed as a way to get around the patent restriction that Smith & Wesson had on metallic cartridges, revolver cylinders that could take metallic cartridges. And what they ended up creating was this absolutely gorgeous, beautiful gun, the Single Action Army. Now, this is called Single Action Army because it was actually adopted by the United States Army in 1873. The year after it was designed. And it would actually remain in U.S. Army service until 1892 and would actually end up in pretty much in service with various militaries until 1945. 1945. A gun designed in the 1870s was still in service in 1945 at the end of World War II. General Patton of the U.S. Army in World War II actually had one of these guns, and he carried it around a lot. But the most interesting thing about this gun is that obviously it is possibly the most famous revolver in history. The most common variant was in 45 Colt, which was the caliber of this gun. This one is a slightly shorter cut-down barrel version, which there were longer barrel versions and there were some shorter barreled versions. And yeah, this was one of the most common revolvers really in history. It's actually still being produced till, well, today. It's just very ubiquitous. Now, this is obviously the first part of its name, the Single Action Army, is actually saying what type of mechanism this gun is. So it is a single action revolver, meaning that the barrel does, well, not the barrel, the trigger does one thing, and that is allow the hammer to go down in order to fire off the round. However, if I press the trigger again here, I can't do it in-game, but if in real life I had this gun, if I try to pull the trigger again, nothing would happen. Instead, you have to pull back that hammer, which spins the cylinder, and then that allows you to fire again. And again, and again. Now, what's actually super interesting about this little gun is that it is still being produced today. In the world of mostly double action revolvers, which means that a trigger pull does both spin the cylinder, pull the hammer back, and fires the round, all in one trigger motion. But also, if you notice, I probably don't want to shoot at that guy. I don't want a bounty. If you fire off all these rounds, we get to see the reloading animation. And here they actually kind of, well, it's not really a screw up, it's a convenience for the fact that this is a video game. But if you notice how John reloads here, he opens the back gate and he loads in the cartridges. But if you notice, he's not pushing the cartridges back. He's not pushing them out of the cylinders. So there is a little on the other side. I'm trying to see if I could get it to there. But on the other side of the barrel, which, to be fair, oh, you can see it just then. That metal piece right next to the barrel, that is the rod that actually pushes the cartridges out of the cylinders when they're spent. Or, you know, if you just need to unload the gun in general. When you fire it, what you would have to do is you have to actually push it out using that rod, which in this game, it's not actually modeled correctly. They just magically fly out, which is kind of funny once you notice it. But, and that's more for video game convenience. But yeah, this is the Single Action Army. Quite possibly the most famous revolver in history, and certainly the gun associated the most with the Wild West. Either way, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I'd appreciate if you liked and subscribed, and have a wonderful day.